Ms. Capone, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Cortez Faust?
Yes, Your Honor, and we're ready to proceed with arraignment.
Thank you very much. Sir, your true name is Fernando Cortez Faust?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your date of birth is also?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You're before the court for arraignment under cause number 25L000447. There's a tracking pretrial under cause number ending in 0265. Ms. Capone, if you want to go ahead with the arraignment.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Faust and I had the opportunity to speak. I advise him of his rights, and I believe he understands them. We'll acknowledge receipt of the complaint and waive a formal reading. We're not contesting probable cause for today's purposes, asking the court to enter a plea of not guilty and to appoint counsel for my office going forward. I do believe we are appointed on the pretrial matter without promissory note.
Thank you very much. Based upon that record, the court will waive formal reading of the criminal complaint, find that there is fact sufficient to support the charge, and enter a plea of not guilty for Mr. Faust on cause number ending in 447. Court will also appoint Ms. Capone to represent him as his attorney of record. The contact information for Ms. Capone and her law firm, the Horwath Law Offices, will appear on a copy of Mr. Faust's pretrial order. The court will next hear from Mr. Grant regarding the city's recommendation on pretrial conditions of release.
Yes, Your Honor. Reviewing Mr. Faust's history, he was alleged to have committed a similar crime earlier this month in the city of Lakewood, and another with the city of SeaTac, all of that within this month alone. The city's concern is that, quite honestly, if the court were to release him, that we would just see him back here in a week or so on yet another offense. And so the concern for the city, Your Honor, is that he's going to end up picked up. He won't appear in this court because he's going to end up in a jail, at least here or elsewhere. And so we're just asking the court to hold him on $500 on each at this time with no law violations.
Thank you. Ms. Capone?
Your Honor, we'd ask that Mr. Faust be released on his own recognizance. I point out to the court that the two charges before it are nonviolent allegations and only allegations. Mr. Faust was scheduled to have a pretrial court appearance on the cause number ending in 0265 for March 6th. I'd like the opportunity for him to show that he's willing to appear before the court and make that court date that this court had scheduled. Mr. Faust indicates that he does have stable housing right now. He's employed and cares for a child. I think he's got a lot lined up for himself that maybe he hadn't in the past. So at this time, we'd ask the court to acknowledge his presumption of innocence and presumption of release and give him the opportunity to appear before this court on both cause numbers out of custody.
Thank you. The court is concerned that in this case, or excuse me, in the pretrial case 0265, Mr. Faust appeared before the court for arraignment on February 3rd of this year. At that time, the court released him on personal recognizance. One of the conditions the court imposed was for Mr. Faust to have law-abiding behavior. Unfortunately, since that time, Mr. Faust has been charged with a new criminal offense in SeaTac Municipal Court and a new criminal offense here in this court under cause number ending in 447. The court is also mindful of the warrant history in Mr. Faust's criminal history, including one outstanding bench warrant out of Olympia Municipal Court. The court is concerned that Mr. Faust, if released, would not follow the court's pretrial conditions of release and is a likelihood not to appear. So the court is going to impose bail under each of these two causes as requested by the city in the amount of $500 cash or bond. The court will set an in-custody pretrial conference for this Friday at 11 a.m. To check on the status of this case at that time. Court will impose other standard pretrial conditions to include appearing on time for all scheduled court hearings, staying in contact with his attorney, have no criminal law violations, update the court of any change of address, use only his true legal name and date of birth. The alleged victim of the criminal trespass in the new case, Mr. Graham, do you know who that or what that is?
Just, I can verify. Just one moment, Your Honor. He was at a Pierce Transit bus stop, Your Honor. He had previously been excluded by Pierce Transit.
The court will order that Mr. Faust, if released, continue to comply with the no trespassing provisions from Pierce Transit, not have any contact with their property or their vehicles while this matter is pending. Court has signed that pretrial release order, and it appears Mr. Faust has left the booth already, so the court has signed that and will indicate that a copy should be served upon him.
I like how the judge tries to sell that he didn't notice.
Good afternoon in the Squally Jail. What is your name, please?
Good. But then she said, leave. I'm having trouble in the time.
Yes, this is Alyssa's fault, and then Brecken sent me some stuff, but here we have another appearance, and we continue with the dysregulated Olympics.
And Ms. Capone, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Nixon?
I have, Your Honor.
Thank
We're ready
you.
to proceed with arraignment.
Thank you. So for the record, this is City of Lakewood versus Austin Nathan Nixon, 25L000444. Matter is before the court for arraignment on one count of malicious mischief in the third degree, two tracking cause numbers, 1899, which is on for review, and 0286, which is on for a first pretrial conference. Ms. Capone, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Nixon and I reviewed his rights, and I believe he understands them. We'll acknowledge receipt of the complaint and waive formal reading. I believe there needs to be an arraignment done on cause number ending in 0444 and 0409. To both of those, we would not be contesting probable cause for today's purposes, asking the court to enter a plea of not guilty and to appoint counsel for my office going forward. I believe Mr. Nixon qualifies without promissory note.
Thank you. On cause number ending in 0444, the court will waive formal reading of the criminal complaint, find that there is a factual basis to support the charge, and enter a plea of not guilty at this time. The court will also appoint Ms. Capone to represent Mr. Nixon in this matter as his attorney of record going forward in this matter. Court will next hear from the city regarding pretrial conditions of release in these cases.
Yes, Your Honor. In these particular matters, the concern for the city is that we have 3 property crimes that have occurred within the last month. Allegedly, the 2 theft and the thirds, and then a malicious mischief in the third degree, as well as being on review. He does have a number of prior warrants. That leaves the city with concern he's unlikely to return when ordered. At this point, Your Honor, I would just recommend to the court to hold him on $500 on each of these matters and then set it for a fairly quick pretrial. Hopefully we can resolve them.
Thank you. Ms. Capone?
Your Honor, we'd ask that Mr. Nixon be released on his own recognizance. I'll acknowledge that there are a few matters before the court, but they're all nonviolent in nature, mostly related to crimes of poverty, as is most of Mr. Nixon's history. Mr. Nixon's been made aware of an offer, but he maintains and stands by his presumption of innocence, would prefer to fight his case and do so out of custody. He's not working, he's not employed, and he's not with housing, so I don't believe that he'd be able to post any amount of bail if the court were to consider it. So at this time, we'd ask that he be released on his own recognizance, and if not, then we would additionally request, or I guess concur with the city, ask for a quick turnaround on pretrial.
Thank you. Court has reviewed Mr. Nixon's criminal history. It is fairly, well, I'm not going to say extensive, but there is prior criminal history. There's also pretty significant prior warrant history. I think of greatest concern to the court is the fact that Mr. Nixon was before the court just recently and was released on his personal recognizance, ordered to have law-abiding behavior. And since that time, it appears that probable cause has been determined or established to find that Mr. Nixon has allegedly committed 2 additional crimes, forming the basis for case numbers 444 and 409. So based upon all of that, the court does believe that bail is appropriate in this case. The court is going to impose bail in the amount of $500 cash or bond under each of the 4 cause numbers for a total bail amount of $2,000 cash or bond.
You fucking my life up.
I will grant the defense's request to set a very quick.
This judge's whole MO was just pretend they're not there.
Pretrial conference. Will set this matter for a pretrial conference on this Friday at 11 a.m.
What the fuck? I don't understand.
Set the pretrial on this matter for Friday morning at 11 a.m. That is February 28th. And the court has signed that order. Mr. Nixon, thank you. We'll see you back here on Friday at 11 a.m.
I love you. Thank you. We completed for a second.
City of Detroit versus Tamika Lewis, case number SB 1485151. State your name for the record, Ms. Lewis, please.
Yes, hi, Your Honor. My name is Tamika Monique Lewis.
All right, do you have a bonnet on your head, ma'am? Oh, no, that's not a bonnet. All right, today is the day I'm set for a show
I haven't seen this, but it's already awkward. It's not about it.
cause. I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. I'm gonna give you a $0 bond. Ms. Lewis, you never paid finished paying, or you never got into a payment plan on this park closed ticket. All right.
Yes, Your Honor, I called down there recently.
I mean, you can see why I thought that. I don't know what's going on up there. We got some sort of hair helmet happening. I don't know. I think the least likely possibility is that it's natural.
After I made a payment, I made 2 payments within the last month and a half. So it wasn't much of a large payment, but I called down to get.
Hold on. I said you can enter into a payment plan. Why did you use that money to get into a payment plan? Why don't you come down here?
I came down there because I came down there recently. I came down there and they told me that I had to pay $107 to start it off due to the fact of the ticket. So that's why I decided to just make a payment instead of.
Is that because they're gonna make you enter into a payment plan for everything?
Yeah. And she said to start it off, I had to pay $107.
All right, can you get $107?
Honestly, it's kind of tough right now because I haven't been able to have a stable transportation back and forth to work. So, and then, it's kind of hard picking up due to the fact of a lot of things personal.
Where do you work?
I work for a divine company. I have been working there for the last 5-6 years.
And where is that? Where is that?
That's located in Southfield, Michigan.
And you can't get out to Southfield, Michigan? You're in Detroit, you can't get out to Southfield, Michigan?
It's a private company, so they send me out to various different locations throughout the city of Detroit. So due to the fact that, I haven't had a stable transportation since November, since October. No, yep, October the 21st. I haven't had a stable transportation, but I have been to work during that time, being up until November the 2nd. So, so it's kind of hard getting back up right now on getting transportation. So, like, I can contact them, they can send me out.
I know the bus is not the most glamorous form of transportation, but I don't see how people can't do that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have coached the bus before, and that's not the least of my selection of a choice of transportation. But due to the fact that I'm in a state of right now, trying to basically, it's kind of like a civil matter within the state of Michigan. So I'm kind of like, trying to find other, because I use Lyft and Uber to get back and forth. So,
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous. You're using Uber or Lyft and spending, I couldn't afford to come to work every day on Uber or Lyft on my salary. And you don't want to catch the bus and you're using Uber or Lyft. It makes no sense.
No, it's not that I don't want to catch the bus. It's just Lyft and Uber was more convenient at the time being, and like I said, due to the fact that my paycheck.
It's not that I don't want to catch the bus. I never thought I'd hear that phrase my whole life. Nobody wants to catch the bus. It's the last option when you're busted. Okay.
Because they basically, my paycheck, something, I don't know what's going on, but they're in the audit right now. So it kind of affected my paycheck, recent paycheck.
I'm not even talking about that, man. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the fact of the matter is that you choose to do Uber or Lyft, where the prices, I've never ordered an Uber in my life. The prices on Uber can be $5 one trip and $25 for the same trip the next time. Am I right about that?
Yes, that is correct. But like I said, I have limited options when it comes down to transportation. So Uber and Lyft is
In her defense, rolling around Detroit in a public bus is a good way to die.
I already talked about that. That's not the most glamorous, but it's definitely cheaper. And if you leave off early enough and get out there early enough, it will come at some point. And what my point about this is that everybody's trying to make stuff more convenient for themselves. And I get it. I would like convenience too. But at some point, you got to knuckle down and grind it out and do what you have to do in order to get where you need to go. But spending Uber or Lyft, you could buy a new car traveling like that.
I haven't received my license yet since my ticket had been last dismissed. So it's a lot going on. I'm sorry.
I don't see anything here that's messing with your license.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay, so who's buying? I've got this job in Southfield where they send me around the state, but I don't have a car. Story, because I'm not buying it. I don't really care, but I'm just saying it doesn't track. I'm thinking no.
I'm gonna give you another 30 days. I don't see this ending anytime soon.
I'm getting there. I'm knocking down and I'm getting there. So I'm making some progress.
I don't have confidence in that if you keep taking Uber or Lyft. You're getting there, you're getting them rich. But I don't see you being able, I don't see how you can afford that. February 18th, 2025, you can still enter that payment plan. All right, have a great day, man.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. You too.
All right, best of luck to you. Okay. Versus Dana Michelle Lee, case number SP 140 69153, SB 15954551. And appear, state your name for the record, Ms. Link. I muted you, Ms. Link. You have to unmute yourself. You were talking in the background.
Dana Link.
All right, where are you, ma'am? I can't see you.
Here she is.
Good morning to you. What you were supposed to pay, Miss Link, and you didn't pay?
Can I get like a couple of more months for that, please?
A couple more months.
Please. Yeah,
What's
my
going on?
funds is low.
Everybody's funds are low. Are you working?
No, I'm on disability.
You need to get into a payment plan then, Miss Link. We talked about that, didn't we? I told you to allow payment plans.
I mean, the money is coming this month. It's just haven't came for my court date. So I really don't really need a couple months, maybe 1 month or the end of this month.
But you haven't had not any money to get into a payment plan or anything, Miss Link? You didn't even check on the payment plan, did you?
No, that means I gotta come down there. I don't have no means of transportation.
You do have a means of transportation.
No, I don't.
The bus?
It's cold out there.
I'm
already handicapped.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm sick of those excuses. It's cold out there. I'm sick of that stuff.
Well, I'm disabled. I'm not just about to be on the bus with one good leg.
It's cold. There are bullets flying everywhere. You know, all the usual excuses you hear in Detroit.
I'm gonna pass this matter. I'm not gonna just be out here. It's cold. This is the city of Detroit versus Shaylin Odom, case number SB 164-87771. Appearance for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, Ms. Odom.
Shayla Odom.
Where are you, ma'am? You gotta turn your camera on, please.
Okay. Let me fix my hair.
Well, we're gonna pass the matter.
No,
right.
I'm ready.
We're gonna pass the matter. You're gonna fix your hair. You should have done that a long time ago.
It's fixed now. My dread was just in my face.
All right, let's go back on the record with Ms. Odom. For purposes of, what is this set for, Mr. Berry?
Retrial, Your Honor.
All right, this is Ms. Odom. You have an absolute right to a trial. Mr. Berry is going to get you an updated offer. If you don't like the offer, keep in mind you have an absolute right to a trial. I'm going to put you in a breakout. All right, let us know what you want to do when you come out. Join the room, please. You're welcome. Are you ready on Ms. Odom, Mr. Berry?
Ready, Your Honor.
Let's go back on the record with Ms. Odom. Ms. Odom, I'm giving you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
Your Honor, we seek a trial and the appointment of counsel.
Is that what you want to do, Ms. Odom?
That was the only option that I was gave, so I guess I have to.
No, it's not the only option you you have the option of pleading guilty as charged if you want to do that.
No.
Okay, so then that's then you want a trial date.
Okay, is this my lawyer? Him?
Well, you don't have a lawyer right now. You didn't come with the, you didn't bring your own lawyer. So for today, that is your lawyer.
Okay.
All right, but we're gonna get a lawyer appointed to you. It probably more than likely won't be him at the next court appearance.
Wait, can he be my lawyer? I like him.
Well, we don't need an appointment of attorney then, Mr.
No, Your Honor, please. Please provide her counsel.
What? Okay, it's cool. It is cool. I can give me another lawyer.
Barry, Mr. Barry.
No, that is bold.
Oh my goodness. All right. need appointed attorney. All right, I need a good phone number from you, ma'am. I'm gonna set a pre-trial date for February 25th, 2025, and at 8:30 a.m. That date is set, ma'am, for you to, for that attorney to have contact with you. If that attorney has not had contact with you by that date, we're going to appoint it to you on the spot. I will set a trial date for March the 25th, 2025 at 9 a.m. And I need you to answer the calls you don't recognize. One of those calls should be that appointed attorney. If you don't hear from that appointed attorney, we'll appoint one on the spot, all right?
Okay, have a great day. And you too, Mr. Barry.
Best of luck.
I can leave now?
You may.
Okay, thank you.
All right. It's never a dull day in this courtroom. This is, what's that, Gillis Bartops? Gillis Bartop? Are you there? Baytop?
Yes, I am here.
Morning to you.
Good morning. I can't see my video, but I understand that you do have to see me. Like I've turned my camera on.
Well, you just got to come into the camera.
Okay, well.
Oh, no, it's something else wrong with you. City of Detroit versus Charmaine Gillis Baytop, case number SP 163233031. Appearance for the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, Ms. Gillis Baytop.
Charmaine Gillis Baytops.
All right, something is wrong with her device. She's got her camera on. You're on some sort of computer, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
And the computer, does it have a camera, do you know?
Yes, it does. Like I work from home and I use my camera.
Go down to the video button and see what's going on. So you should know.
I have multiple times. It say like even before you start, we have to test everything. Well, it doesn't test the camera, it just tests the mic and the hearing. But like my camera is on and it's like I normally use it daily. So I don't understand. It's an integrated camera. It's not anything on. I don't have a background up or anything. And I can see everybody else. And I've been here like, you know, first thing this morning and I just have not seen myself.
All right, well, we don't.
So I didn't know if you guys had my video off and had me muted and
No.
but I just have not seen myself.
All right, let's see if we can get her in the breakout room at least and get her updated offer. This is false ID case. So join the breakout room and speak to Mr. Berry. He's probably gonna go get you an updated offer first, and if you don't like the offer, keep in mind you have an absolute right to a trial. Join the breakout room, please.
Okay, can I say something?
No.
Okay.
You say
Okay.
please.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
I'm ready.
And then why my camera's not working? I hate this.
Miss Gillis, Baytop, your voice is working though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why my camera's not working? Because you got some ghetto ass cricket shit. That's why.
All right, Mr. Berry, Miss Gillis Baytop. Let's go back past that matter. Let's go back on the record with Gillis Baytop. I'm giving you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Counsel, what's your client want to do?
My client seeks a trial date, Your Honor. I want her to have appointed counsel.
All right, that's what you want, Ms. Baytop?
I actually wanted to be dismissed.
I'm sure everybody in here wants the same thing.
Okay, but my husband and my son wrote tickets for the same egregious, erroneous situation, and I don't understand why we're not all together because we were in the same car accident.
Conjugation camp immediately. You either go or life in prison.
Wrote the same tickets by the same.
Let me say this. You're starting to talk too much. Okay? All right? Let me just say that. So either you want to appoint a counsel or not.
I just want the situation to be over.
Well, I'm just going to give her a trial date. April the 3rd, ma'am, 2025 at 9 a.m. And next time, make sure your camera works, okay?
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Am I done, Your Honor?
You are done.
Thank you.
April the 3rd, ma'am, April the 3rd.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day as well.
Am I done?
What were her charges before she logs off?
Well, she was there for an insurance file, a false insurance, and she's all.
Sweet Jesus! When you can't operate a phone, you think that it's a revelation that you want your ticket dismissed, and you don't know when the hearing has concluded. I don't know how you get through life. I really don't.
Already told us that she got pulled over by the police. She got in an accident. Somebody got into the accident. So she's already talked too much already.
Oh.
So
okay.
I'm not sure what the false whatever part of the
I know, I'm not sure either. That's the allegation. we have to give the officer an opportunity to come in and respond.
Yeah, she might benefit, Miss. One second. She might benefit from having counsel appointed, Your Honor.
I don't think so. She said she just wants to get it over with. And I asked her a number of times if she wanted counsel. She never responded. Let her go. We'll come back April the 3rd.
It's actually not false insurance. It's false info and ID. So video would be needed for that if she maintained that she didn't do that, Your Honor. And Ms. Gillis do not respond.
Well, what I'm saying is that I think anybody in here on that day can respond to that. And I asked her a number of times. I think that Mr. Berry was the person that that suggested that she gets an appointed counsel, and I was gonna grant her that opportunity for an appointed counsel, but I asked her 2 or 3 times if she wanted that appointed counsel, and she told me the very first time that she just wants it dismissed. The second time I asked her about appointed counsel, she goes into these facts and situations so I don't know what to do for her.
Well, Your Honor, if we can, on her behalf, we are respectfully requesting that discovery be made available on her next court date so that if House Counsel, in fact, has to review it, it is available and there are no further adjournments.
No, that's a hard no. You don't represent her. Perkins will be nicer than that, but that's what I would say. I swear to God, that's what I'd say if I was on the bench. Another reason I'm not on the bench.
Please and thank you.
Mr. Bowman?
I'm sorry, I was talking with some officers. Who are we referring to now?
Let's go back on the record with Ms. Gillis Baytop.
Gillis Baycott. And what time is Gillis Baycott?
I think it was 8:30.
I got it, 8:35.
8:35.
I think I gave you the Charmaine.
Okay.
Yes. I put it up here because
Victor is low-key pretty funny, actually.
Let's put it for a trial. All right, so we're back on the record with Ms. Gillis Baytop. Off the record, I just decided I put Ms. Gillis Baytop in the breakout room with Mr. Berry. Mr. Berry spoke with her. I don't know what the conversation was. When Mr. Berry comes out, Ms. Gillis Baytop comes out. Mr. Berry suggested that she needs a appointed attorney for this. I asked Ms. Gillis Baytop, does she want an appointed attorney? She indicated she just wants the case dismissed. And then I asked her again about that, and she indicated that she was in a vehicle that was in an accident, and she doesn't know what's going on. The other people in the vehicle got tickets as well, and she shouldn't be here for this or something of that nature. Is that correct, Ms. Gillis Baytop?
To a certain extent.
All right, well, is it to a certain extent? Did I just outline a sort of to a certain extent what you just told me? All right, see, there we go again. April the 3rd, I'm not doing any more with this. April the 3rd, I'll just mark the file, request for discovery made.
I would rather do whatever the young lady who kind of spoke on my behalf, who actually seems like she's trying to help me. I would do whatever she suggests. As far as whatever, the lawyer was not really helpful at all. He didn't really listen to me. And
I think we're going to try to get you attorney appointed.
Request for discovery made on February the 11th, 2025. Mr. Bowman, please mark your file for that. It'll be just one, it's just one count of violent, a false info on ID. And that's it.
Got it, Your Honor.
April the 3rd, Ms. Gillis Baytop, best of luck to you, okay? On to Lathan. Rebecca Lathan.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm still trying to remember what the person that looks exactly like you's name.
Well, the last time I was in court, you put me in the breakout room with Mr. Berry, and he told me if the officer who wrote the dog ticket didn't show up by 10 a.m. that I could leave. And then I found out I had a warrant issued for my arrest for failure to come to court.
City of Detroit versus Rebecca Lathan, case number B121633521. Appearance for the record, please.
Sheriff Harris, on behalf of defendant, please state your name.
Rebecca Lathan.
All right, Ms. Lathan, I don't know what happened the last time. Let me see.
For purposes of arraignment, my client stands mute.
In or not guilty plea on your.
This is just pure chaos. The whole thing. I mean, everyone's dumber than the last. I don't even know where to start here.
Your client's behalf to give your client a $0 bond. So the last time there was on 9/27/2024, I'm shortening this up. Okay, so here it goes. The allegation was made, but 2020 case. The arraignment was held on 4/29/2020. Oh no, 8/17/2021 was scheduled at 1:30. Show cause was entered. 3/3/2020. I thought I was shortening it up, but I'm not. No appearance. Show cause was entered. Then we go down to, I guess, on 3/3, there was a defendant failed to appear. That's 2022. Warrant was sent out. Then we get all the way up to 6/20/2024. Warrant was canceled. Scheduled for arraignment on bench warrant on 7/8/2024.
And that's when she didn't show up.
But she's not supposed to show up then.
Well, that's what Mr. Berry said in the breakout room.
Please, hold on. And the officer does not have to show up unless it's a trial date. So arraignment on the bench warrant was held on 7/8/2024.
It just cracks me up because you know that these people rehearse this crap in their head like before the appearance. They're like, "I've got a real winner. I've got a real winner. I'm going to hit the judge with this one." And it's just irrelevant and stupid.
Trial date was set for 9/27/2025. On 9/27/2025, I wasn't here, Judge Kenneth King was here, pled not guilty. The proceeding was held, and then another trial date was 12/3/2024. On 12/3/2024, defendant failed to appear. So I'm assuming that it was a mix-up and Ms. Lathan did not understand, or something got mixed up in the translation of what occurred, because she showed up twice in a row, 3 times in a row, and it was reset again. So we're gonna have to do it again, Ms. Lathan.
I'm not doing it again. I'll pay the $50. Like I told you, those were not my dogs.
$50. Wait a minute.
Whatever it is. I'm missing work, and y'all playing games. Mr. Berry told me if
listen,
she didn't come,
listen. I'm not going to sit here. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talk to me like that. Y'all playing games. I'm not playing any games with you. All right. So you can plead guilty if you want to. I don't care.
It wasn't my dog. My neighbor was killed.
Miss Lathan, let's go in the breakout room and talk, okay? Can I talk to you in the breakout room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put her in the breakout room. I'll put her in jail. Right?
Dog license.
What did you say?
For a dog license.
Yeah, no, not for a dog license.
This is so much better than like Night Court, which was a fantastic TV show, but it's got nothing on reality. Nothing.
My neighbor was murdered.
For your
It was my neighbor's dog.
For your contemptuous attitude.
I got to keep coming down to the court. The man told me that if she didn't show up, I was free to go on trial day. They released me off of the Zoom.
Put her in the breakout room.
Lathan, go to the breakout room, please.
All right, Miss Bradfield, you're in the breakout room with somebody else. Man, this is insane this morning. I came back to let's go back on.
Your Honor, I was speaking with Ms. Harris, reaching resolution on Rebecca Lathan.
All right, let's go back on the record with Miss Lathan. You know, Ms. Lathan, I'm giving you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Where is she? She's still in the breakout room?
Yeah, because Ms. Harris is probably speaking with her. Now, I saw Mr. Dupree's face.
No, you know something. I guess everybody, when the individuals, all they got to do is come in here and dog me out, and then they get a dismissal. That's messed up, Mister. And that's all they got to do. Dog the judge out. We gonna give you a dismissal.
He nailed it. He nailed it. That is their game plan. They think we'll all roll into court and be rude to the judge, and everything will work out great. That's everyone's game plan.
Y'all hear that?
Sometimes even the judge gets caught up in the bureaucracy of the judicial system.
I see. See, that's one of them $1,000 hours.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Lawyer tongues right there, making it up, make me feel. You even make the judge feel better about it.
That's right.
A senator wrote.
Oh, listen, does anybody want a piece of this? I want to stop right. If I didn't have so many people waiting on me, I'd stop right now and eat that cinnamon roll.
Well, that's what I have. That's what I have. Thank you, Brecken. That was more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be good, but that was absolutely out of control, front to back. Starting out with the bonnet. He's like, "We got a bonnet on?" She's like, and he's like, "Okay, I guess not." But then what's really there is worse. And you're in this awkward position What are you gonna say? That was as good as it got, and it just went downhill from there, steadily. The one, she's like, I don't have time for this. I got pulled in for this dog ticket. It wasn't even my dog, but you know, then they had a warrant for me. Okay, well, you got a lot of problems. Oh, good stuff. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Bracken. Thanks everybody for coming out. I will see y'all soon.